Oh, what's going on YouTube? We're back. Got a little newer video for you today. Not putting. We're gonna do a comparison video between the Element and the Morningstar. Show you some differences that I think, why one might be in your bag versus the other one. Or honestly, I'm thinking about bringing just one Element into the bag just to keep kind of in there for some different shots. I'll tell you why here in a second. Let me throw the first two for you. We'll go with the most stable two. This is my most stable Element, this is my most stable Morningstar. We'll go Element first. And it still tried fading out at the very end there. I definitely yanked over on it a little bit. I feel like I did about the same thing on the throw there. Tried to at least, and I mean, it didn't come out. Definitely, you saw the flight difference. It's like that one was a little bit more. I want to say these are a little bit more torque resistant, but I don't really know after throwing them right now. They both feel really good. There's a little hyzer flight. We'll try the same thing with this one. Definitely released that one a lot higher. All right, we'll try this one. Got this from the Lindsay Fish herself. I think we traded maybe a Prophecy or something, maybe a Devil Hawker. I can't remember exactly, but I got this from her. And this one's actually pretty good. See what I'm saying? Like, that thing is just dead straight. The reason I like the Element, and the reason I'm thinking about bringing it back is because of this shot right here, right? So like this shot for this sort of disc, I'm gonna try and throw. I'm not throwing it hard, right? So like a normal mid-range shot could go about 3 to 350 for me if I'm throwing it nice and smooth and full. But when I'm coming down to about 380, right? To like, or like a downhill, like slightly downhill 300, I've been trying to, like, the Prophecy is too stable, right? Like I'm trying to throw it with too much touch, and this one just seems to be a little too finicky when I throw it soft. So I remember the Element being really good at powering down on it and still getting a very similar consistent flight. These ones they're good hard, like throwing them hard, they're really good, but throwing them soft, I just haven't been getting them dialed in. I just don't feel like I get the flight that I want, like out of this, like I do out of this one. Like I don't know, I just feel like I get a better flight when I throw this one soft. The Element definitely has more glide. I think that's why it might be easier the softer I throw it, because it still spits there quick. You know, these ones, I think you got to get them up to speed for them to fly. Like, I'll try and throw it soft like that Element. I mean, obviously I threw that off balance, but I just don't know. I've been really liking for like a touchier, like 280, 300. The Elements have been feeling really good, so thinking about sticking one of those back in the bag. Probably the Turbo, probably the Lindsay Fish one, maybe the yellow one. We'll see. We'll go get another round on them. All right, we got one more round. Show you guys some of the flight characteristics. I think, in my opinion, these are just straight. Elements are just a little flippier, but you know, obviously you can find the variations and runs. I'd say these ones are a little bit easier to throw. So if you have a little bit of a slower arm speed and you're looking for a nice straight buzz-like disc, Element is one of the best Frisbees to throw. Just let that one go low. Try this one now. Little Morningstar. Morningstars, they're good for more of like a turnover shot. If you have some more ceiling to work with, I like these. But if you have to keep them low, they're not as good. Back grouping on those two. All right. I'll show you what I mean by soft throws, straight flights. I threw it maybe probably 70%. 70% power, nice and flat, maybe slight hyzer. That thing just flies almost dead straight. This is my beat-in Morningstar. This is the one that I've been throwing on a lot. This is the one I've been liking. I'll show you the kind of lines that I'd be getting out of this thing. So like, let's say the basket's a little bit far over to the right. I got a lot of room to work with on the left over here. But there's a lot of shit over here. So I don't think a sidearm is very appealing because it might get sucked in. But I could take this backhand, throw it real wide, and let it come on in. So something like that. That's why I'm liking on the Morningstar right now, is because I can get a good. I can probably get that flight out of these. You know, let me try and get the flight out of this Element right here. I probably get that flight out of this too. I've just been liking this one a little bit more. I got about the same flight. I don't know. They just looked a little different in my opinion. You know, like I could probably beat up an Element and make it do that, but it just feels. They just feel like when I'm throwing these hard versus when I'm throwing the Element hard. And I throw 600 feet, guys. So like, you got to keep that fucking in mind. If you're struggling to throw 300 feet, the Morningstars are not going to fly probably as good as the Element will. I mean, it'll still fly good, but it's not going to fly as easy because it needs more speed to let it fly. You know, it doesn't have that glide that the Elements do, in my opinion. That's the kind of flight I get out of the Element, or out of the Morningstar. And that's why I really enjoy it, is I get that flight very consistently, no matter if I throw it like a little off axis, because sometimes I have a problem in my swing. Is it a problem? Who knows? You know, as long as you're throwing it good, it doesn't really matter. But I had a problem in my swing where I would pull, when I'd go to pull in, I would try and bring it so close to my chest. Like, let's say I want to throw it flat at this angle, right? So I'm trying to throw it flat out there. So I'd bring it in and almost curl it up, and then I'm trying to get it back out to flat. And so it'd come out like wobbly because it's like, it's coming in and then back out. So it'd come out like a little wobbly at first. And I was struggling with throwing the Elements. So if you have a little bit of wobble when you throw it out the rip, the Element probably won't be as good because you don't have a clean torque on the axis of the Frisbee. You know, it's off axis torque. That's what I call it. It's off axis torque. That's why I'm able to, like, if I throw it like that with a brand new Halo Destroyer flat, it'll probably burn over because it's not necessarily the disc is flippy. It's just like you're not letting it fly because it's just wobbling, you know. And so if you don't have a good axis torque, Element probably won't be as good. But if you're a smooth player and you like throwing it smooth and you want like that buzz straight flight, the Element is probably one of the best Frisbees you'll throw. Like, I'm bringing one of these back in the lineup for sure. Like, I swear I'm bringing one of them. I'm not sure which one. Probably this one, probably the turbo one. We'll see. Like, look at that thing. It's just a different it's a different kind of straightness than the Morning Star is. And it's just like I barely felt like I threw the element, and it just goes. So compare this one to it. I don't know, that just looked like it kind of just dropped out the sky pretty quick. Had some, it looked like it was gonna fade, but it really didn't fade. You know, I'm gonna try and throw this one just like that. Not bad, not bad. I just don't feel like I have to try as hard on the element, and so I think that's why it's coming back into the bag. You know, you can get nice, good straight flights no matter what power I think you're throwing them at, and I think that's what makes the element a little bit different. You know, so there's the video, guys. Finito, element versus Morning Star. Let me know in the comments what you think is better. I think they both have probably a slot in the bag. For me personally, maybe not everybody has a slot for both of them in the bag. I think for your 300 to 400 guy, I think the element's money. If you're throwing it past 400, like 450 to 5, I think the Morning Star might be a little bit more up your alley. So just mess around with both of them and see what you like. You know, you might like one for turnovers, one for straight shots, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm at right now. Is, you know, taking one of the elements in, adopting it for that more straight, easy straight shot, because the Morning Star is just, they're a turnover disc, to be honest with you. You know, so finito for today. See you guys in the later the video. I'll be putting, so shout out Gateway for hooking it up with these frisbees. They're fucking awesome, and I'm excited to throw their plastic next year. I'm gonna try and switch it all over to Gateway. I think it's possible. I just gotta find, you know, I just gotta get the right ones, you know, just get some good ones, because, you know, I'm still looking. I think we got some good destroyers. We got some good distance drivers. I mean, the Spells, Money, the Realm is good. All those ones are really good. They're really good. I just need to talk to David about maybe one little tweak we need to make, and they're gonna be fucking flying further than destroyers. Further. They're on par. They're gonna be flying further, I swear. All right. Finito for today. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.